Let me show you one of the nastiest traps in the Trompowsky, and it starts with a pawn push no one expects. White starts by moving the queen's pawn forward, followed by knight to f6, and immediately brings the bishop out to pressure black's knight. Black pushes their knight into the center, attacking the bishop. But instead of retreating, white pushes the h-pawn, defending the bishop and potentially opening the h-file. Black captures the bishop, and white recaptures with the h-pawn, opening the h-file and signaling aggressive intentions. Here black has two choices. e6 or g6. We are going to cover e6 first because it's the more popular choice. White develops the kingside knight toward the center, while black calmly develops their dark square bishop, aiming to attack our pawn. Next, white brings the queen out to support the kingside and prepare for central tension. Black supports their center by pushing the d-pawn. White develops the queenside knight, and black pushes the c-pawn to challenge white's center. Do note that black can't castle kingside, or they are going to be in big trouble, since our queen is 2 moves away from getting to the open h-file. White now responds by capturing the c4 pawn with the d-pawn. Black recaptures with the bishop, and now white pushes the e-pawn forward to attack the center and open lines. Black takes the pawn in the center, and white responds with a queen trade. After black is forced to recapture with the king, and they lose the ability to castle. White's knight jumps into the center and recaptures a pawn, gaining activity and space. Black retreats their bishop to e7. Now white castles long with a check, and black tries to find safety by moving to c7. Finally, the other knight jumps forward into the center, eyeing key squares like f7 and c4, coordinating with the rook for a powerful initiative. In just 13 moves, white has taken away black's castling rights, opened the board, and positioned every piece for a direct assault. So what if black decides to play g6? Then we just bring the queen out, preparing to castle queenside and eyeing the kingside weaknesses. Black plays bishop to g7. White develops the queenside knight to pressure the center, while black plays the d-pawn to support central control. White castles long, getting the king to safety and placing the rook on d1. Black brings the other knight out, developing toward the center. White pushes the e-pawn, opening lines for the bishop. Black develops the light square bishop to an active square, putting pressure on the center and queenside. White develops the light square bishop to protect any knight b4 ideas. Black plays queen d7, bringing it to defend the bishop. White trades bishops, and after black recaptures with the queen, white pushes the f-pawn to gain central space and prepare an attack. Black responds with a pawn to h6, trying to break our pawn structure. White captures on h6 and black recaptures with the bishop, but this is going to give us great attacking ideas on the kingside. White brings the kingside knight into the game and prepares to shift pieces toward the attack. Black castles long. White lifts the rook to the 4th rank, ready for a kingside attack. Now we have ideas like doubling the rooks on the h-file and pushing pawn to g4. But what should you do if black plays h6? No worries, just calmly retreat the bishop to a safer square like f4, keeping the pressure alive. Black takes space in the center with a pawn, and white brings out the knight to support the center and prepare for a solid build-up. Black develops the light square bishop, and white pushes the e-pawn, opening lines for the light squared bishop. Black copies with e6. Now white plays the g-pawn aggressively, targeting the bishop. Black retreats to safety, but white captures the knight on e4 with the knight, forcing an exchange. Black recaptures and white pushes the f-pawn, clamping down on the center and preparing an aggressive kingside setup. Black retreats the bishop to h7 again. White develops the light-squared bishop, pointing at the heart of black's kingside. Black plays bishop to e7, and we protect our pawn with bishop to g3. Black trades bishops, trying to relieve pressure, but white recaptures with the queen, keeping a strong grip on the position. White has space, activity, and a clear path to continue the attack. This line punishes passive h6 players and gives white long-term initiative with clean development. To learn more nasty sidelines and attacking traps, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.